everyone, welcome back to The Problem
is not the real problem.
So, Crystal, what is the problem today?
Well, the problem today is about health. Are you healthy enough to lead a happier life, to enjoy life? So that's the problem today. Yeah.
So I think most people, right, will not think that they may have a health problem. Or rather, when someone says that, hey, you have a health problem or do you have a health problem, probably the first thing would be like, hey, don't curse me, that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But if someone asks about so-called health-wise, right, I think everyone has a different definition. What is your definition of health or being healthy?
Well, my definition would be to be able to enjoy life, to be able to do things that I like, and to be able to move about, and to not worry about whether is my health going to give me problems or are my knees going to give me problems, things like that. So I think the definition of health to me is, just lead a happy, enjoyable life, and just be, very have the freedom to do the things that you want to do.
I think that's so important. The key thing she said here, having the freedom to do things that you want to do, and not having some restriction that you kind of like, I should have done this. We don't want to live in regrets, right?
Yeah.
Even for health. Health is not just restricted to physical health. Mental health is important. Your spiritual health is important as well. So for you, how do you achieve, firstly, let's talk about how do you achieve your physical health? At this stage, do you feel that you are physically healthy?
I would say that if I were to compare myself like 6 months ago versus now, right, I am more healthier than who I am 6 months ago.
I have to say yes, agree to that. I'm very proud of achievement.
Yeah, well, all thanks to you.
Your own effort.
The reason for me to want to keep fit is because I suffered from polycystic ovarian syndrome. So short form is called PCOS. So this is a disease that is incurable, and it often leads to weight gain, hair loss, having mood swing, lethargic, etc. So for me to start to have a active regime, like being active, like be cycling or going to the gym, I think this is just the first step of regaining back my health, and also not just that, diet as well. So whenever possible, I try to eat clean, but of course, me being human, I do like to enjoy good food, or even foods that are
moderation.
Yeah, correct.
Everything in moderation.
So it's I could just, don't do anything, and I could still continue to enjoy life, but I know that few years down the road, I wouldn't be happy. I will definitely face a lot of health issues, because having PCOS will also lead to type B diabetes. That's what my doctor used to tell me. So, knowing that there is a potential threat in my health status, I decided to, embark on a healthier lifestyle.
There's also another more alarming red flag or, health alert for PCOS, right?
Yeah.
Which is you will gradually lose your menstrual cycle. Or having very irregular menstrual cycle.
Correct.
So for ladies, right, so if you don't have a menstrual cycle regularly, obviously the wall will be thickened. So when the wall is thickened, right, there is also a very high risk of ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
So, these are the things, I think especially you as a mom, right, with two growing kids, and seeing that they are so fun, so cute now. I suppose this is one of a motivation that you really want to keep healthy, to have the energy to keep up with them, and to make sure that you're being a responsible parent to keep your health well for them. Am I right?
Correct. So my children is also one of the reasons. But I think the main part of the reason is because I want to live healthier and happier, because I do realize that for the longest time ever, I haven't been really feeling myself, because I have been so inactive, and even though as much as possible I try to be positive and try to be optimism about everything, but there is just a missing piece in my total health. The missing piece that I realized that, hey, perhaps being active could, make my hormones more balanced. That's how I feel. So that's when I started to, we started to work out, and you also helped me to train, doing the proper ways. So I think to me the main reason is I just want to be happy, and I want to be free. Not just my physical, but also internally.
Yes. It's so important. For myself, right? I've been on this fitness journey for a very long time, for decades, and you got to find the right motivation. The right motivation is not to me, right? Obviously, this will come with it. If you're doing it right, you're eating right, you are feeling right about it, which is your physics. It will start to change. It will start to look more toned. You look healthier, It's because, for me, right, it's because I find my motivation in doing something. Exercise for me, right, for many years ago, I was diagnosed with clinical depression. So like everybody, seriously, I think out of 10%, right, you will at least hear one or two saying, oh, I have depression. But the real thing about having clinical depression, it is not a joke. It's quite scary because you cannot control your mood at all. You literally turn into a monster. And there is really a monster growing and living inside you that you cannot control.
And you also have to depend on medication to control, right?
Yes. And the scary thing is, right, it was controlling my life then. Even though during then I was already active. But I wasn't active for the right reason. I was active because I want to look good. I want to make sure that my weight, my waist, my physics, everything is at a nice shape.
So it's
a wrong motivation to
it's
me.
Like you are controlling your image.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, not so much about being healthy.
Yeah, and being very conscious about your image, right? Now I think about it, or rather say these few years, right? It's about how I feel people's opinion matters about me. But now, I've let go about all this thing. I feel like a renewed person. And even I want to work out, I want to push myself. I'm not competing with someone else. I'm just competing with myself to do better than yesterday. But doesn't mean that every time I work out, right, I must be better than yesterday, So it's very much of like, okay, let's see how much I want to do today, how much I feel today. And the motivation really comes within myself to keep myself happy. It is really that. Because when you exercise or when you are moving, right, firstly, you remove a lot of stagnant energy within you.
Agree.
Things that we cannot see, right? It's just like when you burp, when you pass gas, you cannot see, right? But somebody else can smell, right? So these things, energy actually really, really exist.
True.
So you don't want to keep it so stagnant within you, right? Like even for, let's talk about gas again. If you're bloating, you can't see, but as it keep accumulating, it actually stays in the body.
Correct.
Then you start to feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So as energy as well.
True. So, talking about energy, right? As we study into energy channels in our body, like the chakras. So, when you mentioned about being stagnant energy, right? I actually can feel that
the difference, right?
when I was being very inactive.
Yes.
Yeah, and there is just like Chinese, there's this, it's called 闷气, so you just feel very
stifled, very cooped up feeling, right?
Correct, and there's no reason for you to be feeling that way.
And you will literally just keep, when you keep pondering upon that feeling, it just gets worse. It eats into our emotion. Okay, so even for myself, I try to get myself active like at least 5 days weekly, and I will not have 2 days break in a row. That's something that I keep telling myself. Don't give yourself 2 days break in a row. Just one day to rest the muscle, to get a good rest, good sleep. Sometimes, especially like say if I do more strenuous exercises, definitely that calls for rest. But why do I not give myself 2 days, right? Because I can feel the difference. One day is rest, second day, right, is slack. Really. And I can feel that there's this slack energy building up. And you start to give yourself a lot of excuses. My mind will keep telling myself that it's okay to rest. And I can literally see myself, right? Lying in bed, resting in bed, playing my phone, doing all kind of, funny, resting, lazy stuff. And it just get me very, very tired. Really, really tired. So I realized this and I stopped giving myself 2 days break. Unless say, okay, I'm having some joints pain and all those things, then of course. Otherwise, right, it can be as simple as get up, go for a brisk walk. Like today, I'm supposed to be really busy. Then last night I already gave myself like so-called, hey, it's going to be a very busy Monday, so I don't think I can find any time to work out, so it shall be a rest day. But of course, yesterday it was raining and then I didn't cycle again. So I told myself, no, I need to get up today and get things done. And I realized I actually found excused for myself last night. Because I only need to get out of the house by 11 or 11:10. I have so much time in the morning. I wake up 6 a.m. every day, almost every day. What am I talking about? You see when...
There's no excuse for you
your
to
mind
not...
will... Correct. Your mind will start... there's this, there's always this, the angel and devil thing on your shoulder.
But the thing is, not everybody behaves like or thinks like you. So how should we, advise... our listeners.
Yes, you need to see the benefit first. Okay, and you cannot expect to see the change and the benefit within a few days. Okay, so 21 days forms a habit. Consistency is the key. You just need to do the same thing over and over again, and you will surely see a result. It can be as simple as just take a 5 minutes walk, 10 minutes walk. This 5-10 minutes walk, right? I tell you,
can make a difference in your...
Yeah, you can feel the difference as in you start to pick up, you feel a little bit more energized. From 10 minutes, then you tell yourself, hey, maybe I can do 15 or 20 minutes. And let's just focus on the physical health aspect, all right? That cardio could actually save your life, to burn off unnecessary fats, to burn off unnecessary sugar in your body. Because right now, I'm actually helping some patients, and I look at them, and most of them, honestly, it is poor eating habit. It all forms from poor eating habit. Why wait till a bigger problem has set into your life? Why can't we do prevention?
True.
And prevention is so easy.
So if you are thinking or wondering if you can, start to live healthier, I think maybe this is your chance to really look into your life and reassess yourself to see if you can spare that, 5-10 minutes to do some light exercise first.
Yeah, just walk. If you feel that you cannot walk, you have some joints issue, whatever, just sit and move. The main thing is get that stagnant energy moving, to get it out.
I actually learned this tips from a friend. So, this tip is actually from this motivational speaker Mel Robbins. Yeah. So she has this habit that she wants to do something, but sometimes human being human, right, will tend to just procrastinate.
Yeah.
So one of her best tips is whenever you want to do something but you feel that you start to want to feel lazy, you start to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then start to do the things that you want to do. Yeah. So for example, like say maybe today, as I wake up and I just feel so lazy, I don't want to do anything, but I know that I need to do something.
Yeah.
And previous night I promised myself that today I should go and do some walk or cycling. And I know that my tendency of being lazy is there, so I tell myself, okay, I'm going to count to 5, and once I counted to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I push myself to wake up and start my day. Something like that. So I think this is a very good tip that I got from my friend.
The intention of wanting to do something all starts in the mind. Your mind can tell you to not do something. Your mind can tell you to do something. Your mind can make you achieve something that you never thought that you can achieve. Correct? For example, what is something that in your life that you would never thought that you can do, but you actually did it? Something simple. Let's not scare everyone.
Well, I would say cycling. Because in the past, right, I did ever share with you that, you want me to go cycle? No way, man.
Yeah.
Under the sun, and I mean, to me, it's like cycling is like it's a very rugged kind of sports. But then when I start to being active, and I thought that maybe cycling can be fun. Yeah. So then I got a bicycle, and I start off with night cycling first, and it was so fun. And I never expect cycling can be so fun, and then that move on to daytime cycling, and that was even more fun.
Okay, the daytime cycling, right? I want to mention about this because she has so much concern about not being tan. Yeah, not catching the sun and all those things. But can you imagine, she went cycling on a hot day. So can you tell me what was your remedy to that? What did you do?
Well, apply a lot of sunscreen.
Yes.
Okay, and wear protective gear like those UV sleeves or UV, jacket. Yeah, I think that kind of solved my problem.
See? So the problem is not a real problem. You can always find solution, right?
Yeah.
So people who has excused for yourself, finding excused, so many excuses, right? This is a very clear, simple example. It is not a real problem. You can always resolve this. You either go and do something, like for her, she either do it at night or she just use protective gear.
Yeah.
It is that simple. Okay, for me, right, I would say my achievement would be having to run a full marathon. From someone who can't even initially, right, 500 meter. I tell you, I panicked like crazy. I felt that my lungs were bursting. I felt that my lungs burns, okay, and I just couldn't catch my breath. And from there, and I hated running. That's the thing. I really, really dislike running. So why did I do it? Because I was trying to train my mind. I told myself, if I hate doing something so much and I still do it, so there's probably nothing that I cannot do if I just put an effort into it.
I think that kind of like
consistent.
Train your resilience towards
Yes, really.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to keep training. So from like 500 meter, then I started running 1 km, 2 km. So from maybe twice a week, then I start doing more regularly. And the thing that changed my mind is I keep telling myself this. Running is as easy as taking out a pair of shoes from the cupboard, put it on, and go. 15 minutes, I'm done.
The two of us, right, can represent two different types of people. Yeah. So if you belong to the sporty, active type, okay, Winnie is definitely somebody who, you can learn from her, because how she trained herself be it mentally and physically, is to just challenge yourself.
Endurance. I do endurance.
Endurance, correct.
Yes.
So having endurance and doing endurance sports or activity, that kind of train yourself, train your confidence level, train your resilience level, and things like that. So you're being a very, very strong, person. Like for myself, right, I belong to those type who tends to be lazier, tends to be a little bit inactive at times, tend to eat a little bit, unhealthy. But I decided to change because I really love myself to the extent that I want to make myself happy. Yeah. And I want to live healthier, happier, in order to really enjoy life.
So my few tips would be, like for this week, right, every one of you, okay, I don't care when you are listening to this, but this week, go out, take a walk. All right, take a walk in the park, because honestly Singapore has so many beautiful parks. Take a walk in the park and look around the surrounding, just take a breeze walk or a slow walk, stroll is fine. So as it goes, when you enjoy the first walk, right, you will start to enjoy the second walk. You will start to look forward to the second walk. Then that's when you put in your frequency, okay? And also try to eat healthier. When I say eat healthier, right, doesn't mean you need to eat clean all the time. I don't eat clean all the time, okay? Really. I still have my ice cream, I still have my chips, but everything in moderation. Yeah, so, but doesn't mean that, you need to like feast every other day because you just feel too much.
Yeah, I agree. And I think between eating and being active, right, is 70 versus 30%, right? Yeah. So you are what you eat.
Yes.
So what you put inside your body, it will manifest into, your physical form. So I think at the end of the day, right, what we are trying to share is to really hope to motivate you to lead a healthier life, whether you have pre-existing health conditions or not. I think like what Winnie has shared, it's important to have a prevention program.
Then you look for a cure, because sometimes, right, you like it or not, the kind of answer that you get is, I'm sorry, there's no cure to your sickness. What are you going to do? Get yourself depressive and then just wait for your time to expire? No, right? So even if that is being said, that to me, right, there is still a way how to prolong or how to improve. Okay, so we're gonna leave this to you, and if you'd like to find out more about us, you can always go to Facebook and search for Connected Soul SG.
So I will leave down our social media handle here.
Yes.
So it's at Connected Soul SG. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yes.
And we also have a blog.
Blogspot.
So
we're gonna put all this link, and do find us and catch us in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.